Yo, what's good, YouTube? The Bearded Zane here with you. The beard is here. Do not fear. Right before we get into this, we're going to talk about our sponsors real fast. We got G Fuel. When you use code EMGG on any of these, you get a discount. We also got the Meta Threads, which are awesome hoodies and apparel. We got SteelSeries headphones, Scuff gaming controllers, and the DXR racing chairs. Let's go! So, this is a replay that I want to talk about with you guys. I am the Terran player, of course, as the Bearded saying, and then we got Patches as the Zerg player. Let's go. So this always starts off by just making some workers.
SCV ready.
So I do something a little bit differently from my other games. Make the first SCV here, and then I immediately send one out because I want to sit there and try and deny his hatchery, which can be very annoying to players when that happens.
Ready.
This is how you get the salt flowing.
Not without more supply, we're not.
And recently I've started cutting one SCV to get that barracks up a little bit faster, since I'm doing this early tactic cheese. So I get up in his base. He's wanting to expand. So this right here is right now. This is a very angry drone because he just wants to make eggs for the queen, and he can't do that when he has to fight. Almost get him, but now his base is about 15 seconds delayed. His hatch is about 15 seconds behind. That's never a good thing for Zerg.
SCV ready.
He's so angry that he chases this SCV all the way across the map. He's like, you bastard. It's kind of a bad thing to do, but at the same time, he's kind of able to scout with it. So it's not completely bad, but that's not the purpose of his drone. He's just being salty. So I get a little repair off on this worker right here. This drone, oh man, he's even carrying money. He even has that mineral patch. He's so pissed. It's like, I'm gonna stab you with my mineral patch.
SCV ready.
I get the surround on him. Denied. I denied the kill. So, from here, I realized that I have been very annoying towards this Zerg player. So I could have expanded on the high ground, but I'd rather expand on the low ground. And I believe I should have left the Reaper at home. Should have left it at home, but I'm like, I want to know if he's going to all in me right now with roaches. Because if he is all in me with roaches, I can cancel the command center and wait a minute or two. Or put it on the high ground. And I would, if I see roaches coming across the map right now, I would get the slack clones immediately. So I don't see any drones being made right now, but he is making them.
Oh, they're after the SCVs. Our base is under attack.
And he manages to get some links in it, but I mean, did not see this coming. Which is no good on my part. Like, I should have seen this coming. I should have left the Reaper at home, like I said. If I had left the Reaper at home, could have dealt with this. Would have been really annoying, but he does not have speed on the way, so he would have never been able to kill that Reaper if I was paying attention. That was a big mistake on my part. This is also another one, but I was thinking that I had enough SCVs here to combat this.
SCV ready.
He's doing a little micro there, trying to kill my workers.
Add-on complete.
He kills off like 6 workers. Let's see what we got here. No, he killed off 9 workers, guys. I am down to 13 workers in a single meal.
SCV ready.
And He's like, GG. The BM is real. Not only does he call free GG, he's like wanting me to leave the game right now because he killed a good amount of workers. He's very sadly mistaken, because here's the thing, okay? I have a couple Marines coming out here and a Hellion. He has no speed on the way. Like, he completely neglects his speed, which is a huge mistake on his part. Because if he had speed, then he could take care of this. But he doesn't. The other mistake that he made is, guess what? I am still very efficiently mining here and still making workers. I haven't stopped making workers. Never stopped making workers. Still have this base, which isn't completely made yet, but it's like, bro, these lings are not in my mineral line. Let's see. He doesn't really have more on the way. And it's like, well, the BM is real here.
SCV ready.
I got the Hellion and the Marine coming up. Easily cleaned up once this poke popped out, because he doesn't have that. And I'm still making workers. Yo, mid recording, you guys. Just got a YouTube sub. Let's go.
SCV ready. Add-ons good to go.
The first thing I get out of the factory here is a siege tank. Could have went with a Cyclone, but I decided to go with a siege tank because of his aggressiveness. Put that siege tank right here on the high ground.
SCV ready. Add-on complete.
I'm trying to deny the Overlord from getting over here. I don't want him to know that I'm going mech.
Ready to roll out.
So I sent out a couple Marine spotters as well. I want to know where his expansions are, how many he has, all the good stuff. I'll get that over the Ord kill. Supply captain for a second. That's really bad on him. He should have made an extra Overlord if he's just gonna send it in there like that, or a Speed Overlord. Speed Overlord would prevent you from getting supply capped like that, to be honest. Still behind on the worker count, but that's okay because I got mules. All those Zerg players love the mules.
SCV ready. Our command center's been upgraded.
What does the income tab look like right now? It's looking pretty good for this guy.
SCV ready. Ready to roll out.
He's got a lot more income than I do.
SCV ready.
I get a second factory. I was thinking about getting an upgrade here. I think I do.
SCV
Nope.
ready.
I was thinking about it, and I'm like, nah. I want to get more units first.
Add-ons good to go.
You always got to think about what you can and can't afford. I'm like, I'm going to get some more units out. I'm going to get a third base, and then I'm going to get my upgrades. So here I feel pretty safe with the two siege tanks. I'm like, okay, let's raise that depot.
We could use some help here.
Because if he jumps on top of those tanks, it's over.
We could use some help here.
Let's see what he's thinking right now. So that's a lot of Zerglings. That's 42 Zerglings. What he's doing right now would have been really powerful if I was going for the bio composition of like Marines, Marauders, tanks, and whatnot. Like there's a bunch of Zerglings and Banelings would do pretty well against that if I don't split correctly. Even if I do split correctly against that many Zerglings and Banelings, it's still really difficult. So right
The swarm
now,
is threatened.
this Zerg player should be grabbing a 4th base. I don't think he does. It's a mistake on his part. And I don't think he realizes what I'm going for. I don't think he knows that this is mech. All he knows right now is that I have the barracks and the factory. Of course, he knows that I have more than that, but he doesn't know what. He doesn't know, did I add on more racks? Did I add on starports? What am I going battle cruiser? He didn't scout properly. That's why getting the Overlord speed is very important, because if you get that Overlord in there, or even the Overseers, he could put changelings in there and he'd be like, okay, he's going mech. My unit composition is not ideal for what he's going for. Mech Rex, what he's going for.
Mutation finished. Yeah.
So he failed when it comes to scouting. But I'm getting these Thors because right now, I'm thinking, okay, he's going mass Zerglings and Banelings. What's next? Probably Mutalisks. If you feel like they're going Mutalisk, you need 2 Thors for safety. And if you feel like they're going more like heavy Mutalisks, I would get like 3 or 4. You can probably get away with like 3 Thors and a turret, or like 3 Thors and a Widowmine. At this point, he should realize what I'm going for, because yeah, when he sees the Hellbats, he should be like, okay, this is not good. This is the point of the game where you should be like, okay, I haven't scouted properly the entire game, and now I see a bunch of Hellbats down here. I should really reconsider my unit composition, like Roach Hydra and Vipers, or Infestors. Infestors are really good against mech if they use them correctly. We're doing a little micro dance right here. A little micro dance off. Look at all these Banelings. Look at the Thor splats. Let's go! So I'll drop down a mule, do some mining. I believe I pull some SCVs here so I can get the repair going. He's still ahead of me in worker count, but that's okay. I have the correct amount of workers pretty much on all the bases.
Research complete.
Need to get some in there in the gas though, but right now I am in a good place.
Our command center's been upgraded.
Keep making them Hellbats and Thors and tanks. Now I'm getting another Thor out because I'm still thinking mutas, and then I'm getting a siege tank afterwards. Like I said, 3 or 4 Thors, all you need. Don't need more than that.
Complete.
SCV ready.
Excuse me.
Hellbat coming through.
Depleted that mineral cluster. Hey, lay
Alright,
off
so
my
now they're
SCVs,
starting to get the
you
Hydralisk,
jerk.
but I feel like that's too late for that. Because all he has is a bunch of Lings and Hydras.
SCV ready.
He needs a bunch of Roaches and Hydras.
SCV ready.
Hellbats, or Hellions, actually, just regular base Hellions, do very good against Hydralisk guys. They are light. Hellions do pretty good against light units. So I got my double armory ups going. I am kind of turtling right now, but that's all I can do because he's trying to get in there. He wants to get in there and kill me. Because he realizes now that the longer this game goes on, the worse it's going to be for him. That's not the right way to think, by the way, but that's what he's
Looks
thinking.
like that research
Hellbat
is done.
coming through. Hellbat coming through.
Well, he has gone up to 93 drones, guys. Holy shit. That's a lot of drones. Let's see if he's oversaturated anywhere. He is not. He is getting the Vipers out like I talked about earlier, which is good, but like I said before, he didn't do it really fast enough. Because it's like, man, if
That
he did
mineral
this much
cluster's
faster,
mined out.
I'd be in a little bit of trouble.
SCV ready.
He gets some nice siege tank pickoffs here. But as soon as I get the 2 siege tanks that live siege, he has to back up in because it's in a corridor. It's in a narrow space. Not where Zerg want to be fighting at. They never want to do that.
Thor is here.
Upgrade complete.
So he gets the blinding clouds off, but you know what? It's really not that big of a deal. His army, like I said, he should have been getting the Roach Hydra army. Little too late, bro, because it's like you're getting them now. This is a pretty small army. This ground army needs to be much bigger with the Vipers for it to be effective. I have like my Hellbat army is pretty much the same size as his army, and that's not counting the Thor. So like I have a bigger army than he does overall with just my front line. This is his front line, so that's pretty bad on his part.
SCV ready.
I pick off a couple of Vipers. I'm like, okay,
Ready to
go
raise
do a
some
little
hell.
Thor dance. Do a little Thor dance. Let's go. None of my Thors die. So I am deep on creep right now, guys. You gotta keep that in mind. So I can't really push him too hard because if I do and he gets a really good surround on all my stuff here, I won't be able to end the game here. So whenever you win an engagement like this especially against Zerg, you gotta still play methodical. You have to sit there and you still kind of have to do the slow push.
Up, ready to go.
So I'm killing off the creep tumors with my Raven and my army.
Mineral cluster depleted.
Ready to
Siege
raise
up
some
on
hell.
the creep here a little bit. He gets another blinding cloud off. It's whatever. Pretty much at this point in the game, I think I went too far into the creep because now it's turning to a very scrappy fight. But guess what? Terran's really good at being scrappy.
Ready for dust off.
So as soon as the blinding cloud wears off, the siege tanks are back in action.
Ready to raise some hell.
Speaking of bang, we're both floating lots of money. I'm trying to
Ready
spend it.
raise some hell.
I could be putting down more factories, but it's a little tough when there's an engagement like this going on. So he now only has 7 roaches, and I've got a siege line
Ready to raise
that
some
he can't
hell.
really go into. He's making panic Zerglings. He's got a couple of nice ducks. Like I said earlier, Hellions do really good against Hydralisks.
Ready to raise some hell.
I get the Neil, he's doing some work over here.
Engine screaming.
Add-on complete.
Ready to raise some hell.
And he's like, go fuck yourself. I'm like, wow, that guy just told me at the beginning of the game that he won the game. He's like, good game, and as in, get the fuck out of my game kind of deal is what he's saying. Now he's like, go fuck yourself, you Terran noob, is what he's thinking.
Raise some
And I'm like,
hell.
man,
Mineral cluster depleted.
what did I do? What did I do to this guy? But after the game, I went in to try and be like, what the heck, bro? Like, message him. Before I could even do that, the guy already ignored me. So, that's how that went. So this is, like I said, Bring the Soul episode 11. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment and like. I want to know what your feedback is on my channel on these videos. If you want to see more of them, what else do you want to see? What other kind of games do you guys want to see? Anyways, peace.